Here are more models from the Book of Memes. These three models are recommended to replace the standard political model of left versus right. Communicators have long sought simple models to make politics seem rational. The French invented the left versus right binary model. The revolutionaries settled down to egalitarian politicians who favored change. Traditionalists sat on the right on the floor of the assembly, which is how we got the left-right model. It took 2 centuries to improve the left-right binary with a color code. This is an artifact of color TV and even more arbitrary than the left-right seating arrangement of French politicians. Also, the meaning of left and right has changed to liberals want more government versus conservatives want less government. That's a different survey question. In the 50s, the commies were on the left, so they tried to assign Nazis to the right. They apparently forgot that socialist is right there in the name. The right also came to mean genocidal bigots, which is an entirely different metric. That's 3 different things that the 2-word left-right binary is supposed to represent: xenophobia, government power over the individual, and the value of tradition. 2 words can define one distinction along one dimension. We can replace the binary model with a trinary with just 1 word. A trinary model adds centrists to the political spectrum. The result of this is that anyone who is not a centrist is a wacko. Besides, the political spectrum is not a spectrum. A spectrum is continuous, with an infinity of different colors. 3 is not infinity. Neither is 5, but we'll be going with that. We can assign people or countries into 5 bins instead of 2 or 3. This tallies well with the normal distribution, where 68% of the population is normal, and people beyond 2 standard deviations from the mean are nuts. This leaves room for the merely weird. 5 bins may be more accurate than 2 words, but only for 1 dimension. We need 3 dimensions, so 15 words. These first 5 relate to the attitude of a person or culture for strangers. Note that in the central bin, a bias toward your friends is normal. Equal treatment lies at 2.0 standard deviations. If you love strangers more than your own, you're nuts. These 5 words describe how people might feel about the pace of change and trying new things. 68% of the population is normal, 27% are a bit odd, and 2.5% on either side are beyond weird. If we don't assume a normal bell-shaped distribution, we can still use a ranked list. Authoritarians believe in more power over the individual. Anarchists don't. This model also changes directions from left versus right to a vertical representation. Due to some common American idioms, verticality has more merit than a horizontal model of where Frenchmen sat. The bins are colored here, which is of dubious merit. It also avoids the labels of Republican and Democrat to give it an international flavor. It also avoids the labels liberal and conservative because they currently mean 3 things. We can rate the modern left and right wings and wingnuts according to these bins. First, few are that nuts, so we rate the leftists as progressive and right-wingers as libertarian. They are also traditional, but not rabidly so we rate the right as leery of most newfangled ideas. Lefties are nuts on this subject, considering their recent opposition to national boundaries, policing, punishment, and standard sexual roles. The right is accused of bigotry, but it's the left that discriminates against men and whites, and especially Jews. The left versus right binary or trinary models are too simple to describe the current state of American politics. Replacing those 2 or 3 words with 15 should clear everything up.